Coach, let's just dive into this tournament. How big of a deal is this tournament, and talk about the level of competition you guys will be facing.
This is an exciting time, Las Vegas Invite. It's been going on a really long time, and it's always the premier first semester tournament, and really largely dictates who's going to get into the national rankings and who are going to be the guys to beat throughout the NCAAs and who's going to be predicted to get on the podium at the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, we put a lot of weight on it. Guys, we're trying to peak for this tournament. Our training, we went really hard yesterday, going to go pretty hard today, and then just kind of taper leading up to the tournament, so we're feeling fresh. But, yeah, Boris could potentially see Kellen Russell, who he saw in the finals last year at Vegas and then ultimately wrestled in the finals of the NCAA tournament. Ryan DeRoche and Ryan Smith both should get pretty high seeds. So, and it's a good opportunity for our guys who aren't in the national rankings to jump into the national rankings. So there'll be teams represented from the Big Ten, the Big 12, EIWA, Pac-12. So it's exciting. It's a great tournament.
From what you've seen of your team so far in the dual meets, you have to be pleased not only with the results, but just kind of talk about what you've seen so far.
Yeah, Bakersfield, like I said last week, is a good in-state rival. And then wrestling Menlo, in-state school, even though they're not a Division I program. The guys look good. So even though they haven't been tested at the some of the best teams in the country yet, that will take place this weekend. But we definitely like what we see. Guys were scoring a lot of points, scoring from every position. So when the guys look good, the guys look good. It doesn't matter who they're competing against. That being said, this will be the first true test, I believe, and we feel pretty good about it. So we're anxious to get out there and compete in a few days.
I noticed in that Menlo match, Tascadero High grad Elijah Jackson, debuted and he won. Are you planning to use him this season? Kind of talk about what you saw and what his future holds this season.
Yeah, he's competitive. He's really talented. He's athletic. I think we've talked a lot with the guys about you have to be ready at any given time. There's no different approach to a Division I wrestling season, whether you're a starter, a 4-year starter, or you're walking on. And so, yeah, we kind of preached that to the guys, and it was a decision made, kind of at the last minute with a couple injuries. But we feel he has the ability to contribute this year and can be competitive on our schedule. So another guy, Adam Aslam, another freshman, is Adam walked on, and he was scrapping. He lost to one of their better guys from Menlo. So, but I just think we want to have a competitive room and competitive environment. And I think sometimes when people redshirt, they take the wrong approach. Not saying that any of our guys have done that, but trying to preach that. And now here's a couple guys who we brought out a red shirt, who now there's going to be much more focus and much more of an expectation in terms of work ethic and responsibility, and just when you're competing and every week you're being relied upon to be doing all the right things, and then to have to score for the team on the weekends, it just kind of makes you much more focused and take the season that much more serious.
Yeah, Coach, over here, you're just about a month into your first season here as the coach. Just talk about the transition. You feel like everyone's kind of gotten on the same page, and really what the first month of competition has been like for you here at Cal Poly.
Sure. Yeah, it was a big transition. I think it's been a transition for me and Jamil, and now that we have Mitch, as well as for the guys. I just think that's natural. Now that we're competing, and I think I feel more comfortable with things, just in terms of knowing who we feel are going to be the contributors this year, and who we can tell who's just doing the right things and has the highest goals and putting in the work to reach those goals. That being said, we still have a lot of work. We are setting the bar high for our team on the mat, off the mat, trying to really preach about responsibility and accountability, and those are things that are really important to me and my philosophy. And we're not quite there yet, but we will be. And I know once we take care of all those things, it's going to make us that much better of a program.